Alright, guys, good morning. Today is Wednesday, October 30th, 2024, at 0601. And yes, today we have a much busier day than I thought for severe weather today. Today we have an enhanced risk of severe weather today, mainly across Kansas, but it also dips south into Oklahoma, north into Missouri, and into a little bit in Nebraska, but mainly Kansas has a enhanced risk. We have a slight risk up here extending from a little bit of Iowa through Missouri, Nebraska, Kansas, a little bit of Arkansas, Oklahoma, and Texas. We also do have a marginal risk that extends from Texas all the way out through Arkansas, Missouri, into Illinois, even up into Wisconsin. Just a little bit of Minnesota has it, a little bit of Iowa has it. Nebraska and Kansas and Oklahoma also do have a marginal risk. So we do have quite a busy day today. So areas like Kansas City, Overland Park, Topeka, and Olathe have a enhanced. Dallas, Fort Worth, Oklahoma City, Tulsa, and Arlington have a slight. And Omaha, St. Louis, Lincoln, Madison, and Des Moines have a marginal. So let's see what we've got for today's risks. Oh wow, we even have a hatched 10% tornado risk for Kansas. Oh no, that's not looking good. That means we could see even tornadoes, maybe even pushing an EF2, maybe even an EF3 if it becomes strong enough. That's not too good, so I would definitely stay concerned about that throughout the day. We do also have a 5% risk that extends out from Texas through Oklahoma, Arkansas, a little bit of Missouri, Kansas, up into a little bit of Nebraska and a little bit of Iowa. You could see like an EF1, maybe an EF2 if it does become strong enough, and a 5% green, which is the 5%. You can see a brief tornado risk of maybe a EF0, maybe a EF1. That extends from Texas through Arkansas, Missouri, up into Illinois, even in Wisconsin, just a little bit of Minnesota there, Iowa, over into Nebraska, down into Kansas and Oklahoma. So, yeah, we have a significant severe for tornadoes today. So we have Kansas City, Overland Park, Topeka, and Olathe. Also having 15%, we have Kansas City, Overland Park, Topeka, and Olathe. We have Oklahoma City, Tulsa, Wichita, Springfield, and Independence having a 5% tornado risk. And Dallas, Fort Worth, Omaha, Arlington, and St. Louis having a 2% tornado risk. So please be careful, especially with this 10%, like especially with this Kansas area. Even just a little bit of Oklahoma also has that. That could be very serious. So please be mindful of that. Now today is another serious one. We got a 30% wind risk over here for parts of Kansas, a little bit of Missouri, and a little bit of Oklahoma also does have that. So that area could see a good damaging wind gust of maybe even 80 miles per hour, maybe even 85 miles per hour if a storm decides to become strong enough to produce those type of winds. We got a 15% wind risk for a little bit of Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Missouri, Kansas, a little bit of Nebraska, a little bit of Iowa. That's a 15%. You could see damaging winds of 60 to 75 miles per hour, maybe even 80 miles per hour. So please be mindful of that. Even a 5% here, even for Texas, Arkansas, up into Missouri, Illinois, Wisconsin, just a little bit of Minnesota, Iowa, Nebraska, Oklahoma, down into Kansas also. You could see 60 to 70 mile per hour wind gusts possible out of that brown 5% area. So our cities for today, for the damaging winds, we have Kansas City, Overland Park, Topeka, and Olathe with 30%. We got Dallas, Fort Worth, Oklahoma City, Tulsa, and Arlington for the 15%, and Omaha, St. Louis, Lincoln, Madison, and Des Moines having the 5%. Now we move on to today's hail risk. Not as bad, but we still have risks. We've got a 15% risk for parts of Texas, Oklahoma, and Kansas, up into a little bit of Nebraska, and just a teeny tiny bit of Missouri is under that risk as well. we do have the 5% wind risk that does, or hail risk, excuse me, that does remain for basically Texas, Arkansas, Missouri, up in Illinois, Wisconsin, just a little bit of Minnesota, Iowa, Nebraska, and Kansas, even in Oklahoma. Figured that would happen. The website reset on me if we're taking this long. So yeah, 15% you could see hailstones of 1 to 3 inches, maybe even like 4 inches possible with these storms. There could be like 1 to 2 inches possible in the 5% area, maybe even 3 inches. So please be mindful of these. This is your Halloween severe weather this year for 2024. We have Dallas, Fort Worth, Oklahoma City, Tulsa, and Arlington having the 15%, and Kansas City, Omaha, St. Louis, Lincoln, and Madison having the 5%. So here we go on to our summary for today. It says strong to severe thunderstorms capable of producing large hail, damaging wind gusts, and a few tornadoes are expected today into early tonight, particularly from the middle Missouri Valley area into the southern plains. So please be mindful if you are in any of these areas, you are in the risk of severe weather today. There's today's hail risk, today's wind risk, today's tornado risk. In our overall day one outlook, I do really hope you stay weather aware and stay safe. Hopefully this does not upgrade to any more areas or gets upgraded to a moderate. I do not want to see that. I just hope that everybody stays safe today. This is your Halloween weather for 2024. So I do really hope that you just stay weather aware, keep an eye out for watches and warnings for your area. So that's the most important thing. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed. Hopefully this gives you an idea of where the severe weather is, and I will see you in the next video.